Okay, hi there everyone. If we haven't met before, my name is Richard Livingston and I am the site administrator slash webmaster for religiononline.org, and I'm going to walk you through how to create a new audio or video post on the Religion Online website. Now, before you get started, this is the screen that you're going to come to when you actually log into the website. But before you get started, let me just say something about making a few preparations. You will speed up the process. It won't take as long to create a post if you take care of a few things before you get started. The first thing that I would make sure and do is in another window or another browser window or another tab, actually open up the video or the audio that you plan on using. Here's the one that I'm going to use in our example as we go through the different steps. But the process is the same whether you are doing a video or whether you are doing an audio recording. This is this would be the podcasts on Homebrewed Christianity would be an example of an audio recording. If you wanted to create a post with one of the podcast episodes, let's see. Jürgen Moltmann, obviously a prominent theologian today. You can click on there and the Crucified God with Jürgen Moltmann. Well, I'm going to show you because the process for creating a video is essentially the same as it is for creating an audio recording. And so it's good, as I said, just to make sure and have that open in a separate window or a tab. The second thing that I would do or recommend doing before you actually begin creating your post is open up in maybe in a Word document or something like that. Write up a description of your recording, the video or the audio, the video presentation or audio recording. Write up a paragraph, maybe two at most, but a good description that provides as much information as possible about the content of the presentation. And then the third thing that I would recommend doing before you create the post is find an image, a useful image, because each audio and video post needs to have an image along with it. But the image can't be under copyright. So to make sure that you're not using an image that's copyright protected, I would recommend searching a site like this one. There are a number of sites like this, but this is creativecommons.org. This is the search engine, so ccsearch.creativecommons.org. And it will allow you to search for places like Flickr, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the New York Public Library, I think it's Rijksmuseum. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. But this gives you, even if you don't find something you're looking for, it's a decent place to start looking for imagery that is not copyright protected. Or I guess to be clear, the license is, the Creative Commons license makes these images available for use on other sites. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But you want to find an image and then edit it so that it's the proper size that you'd like to use. And like I said, I'll say more about that in a moment. But once you've got your video or audio recording up, your description written, and you find an image, make whatever editing changes you need to the image, then go ahead and let's log in to the Religion Online website. The URL, if you don't have it handy, is www.religion-online.org wp-login.php. You go to that URL, this is what you will see. I'm going to go ahead and I need to grab my password here. So go ahead and type in your username and password and just click login. After you log in, this is exactly what you will see. Over here on the right, we've got all of our options to create a new something, create a new post, or create a new media item. This would be to actually upload a video file or an audio file or an image to the website. Or you could create a new item using this menu. new post, new media, new article, new audiovisual, author, and so on. We're going to focus on authors and audiovisuals for these instructions that I'm giving you now. So the first thing you need to do before you actually create your new audiovisual post is make sure that the person who presented the video is listed in the authors database. So to do that, you just click on authors or all authors to bring up the database. Now this is what this is showing is an author that I just entered in shortly. I logged in as me. It shows mine. All the authors that you've created will be listed here under mine. We want to search all, so we go to all, and I want to look for the author that I'm going to use, and I'm going to be using John Cobb. So I just type in Cobb and press enter or click search authors. And you'll see that John Cobb has been used along with several others. A lot of these need to be fixed. It's part of the ongoing process of cleaning up the very large amount of content that's on the site, but I'm going to be using this one. The important thing is that he's here in the database, so I don't have to enter in a new author. Now, if the person you're going to be using, or if the person doing the presenting of the audio or video recording is not here, then you need to click Add New. And to add a new author, it's very simple. You'll just type in their full name here. So it would be John Q. Doe for John Doe. Just enter in the full name there. Type in their first name here, last name here, and then you're going to enter in a description, bio, a short bio. Hopefully this would be maybe something about, where they've taught or what books they've written, but a sentence or two or three, you don't need to make it terribly long, but we do need a bio. If you're entering in a new author, you do need to provide a bio. Okay, so please make sure and do that. Once you've entered in this basic information, their full name, and then their first and last name and the bio, then you're just going to click Publish. Once it's published, they're in the system, you're good to go, and you can go ahead and then proceed to create your new audiovisual post. As I said before, you can go up here to under New and then Audiovisual, or you could do it over here on the left-hand links. Either way is fine. I'm just going to click on Add New. I'll go ahead and click Leave. And now I'm creating the actual post, the audio or video post that you're trying to set up. So I'm going to proceed here basically by going down and then from left to right through each one of these options. First option is the title. Now the title can be something creative that you come up with, as long as it does a good job of describing the video itself, or you can use what's already there. For me, this title works pretty well, and so I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I'm just going to copy and paste from the YouTube, the title that's on YouTube, Whitehead's Model and Multiple Spiritualities. I'm going to go ahead and use that one. So I just copy, then paste that here. Then what I want to do after giving it a title is to choose what type of post is this. So this category right here refers to the type of material that this the sort of the largest category that this falls under. It's a video. It's a post that's going to contain a video, so I'm going to choose video. Once I've got the category, the post type, and my title, now I'm going to enter in my description. And this is what I was talking about before. It's probably a good idea to already have typed it up, your paragraph or 2 paragraphs. I don't have something written for this one, so just to put in some dummy text, I've got my Latin generator here, Latin text generator, and I'm going to go ahead and just use this these first two paragraphs just to have some placeholder text to make sure we can see what this is going to look like. So that will sit in the place of our description of the video for now. Now we can actually go ahead and put in the link or code to the video itself. And here I'm going to show you how to do both of the video and audio. The process is the same. Over here on YouTube, you click the share button, and then it displays the direct link to the video itself. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go back into my post, and you don't just paste it right in here. What you do is click Add Media, and then you need to choose Insert from URL over here, this last option on the left. Click on Insert from URL, and here is where you put the link that YouTube gives you. And then once you've got that, you just click on, you can see it automatically put it in. You could just click on Insert into audiovisual, and then we'll wait just a moment and it will actually appear right here. So you get the embed right here, and now it's just downloading the first frame of the video. So that's it. Now you've got your description, you've got the video itself. Now I said I was going to show you how to do an audio as well. To do an audio, I'm just going to hit enter down to the next line. But to do an audio recording like this podcast, we need to get the actual link to the audio file itself. Now, if I click this button, it's going to start playing the podcast. But if I go over here to this download button and I click download, I can actually download the podcast file, the audio file, to my own computer. I don't want to actually download the file. I just want a link to it. So if I have my mouse over it, then I'm going to right click and I'm going to click Copy Link Address. Click that, and then I'm going to switch back over here to my post. I do the same thing that I did for a video. I click Add Media, go over here to Insert from URL. It's open because I had it open already, and then I just insert that link. I go ahead and click Insert, and it will do the same thing here. It will take just a moment. If your internet connection is a little quicker than mine, which most of yours will be, this will happen much quicker. And then boom, it just puts in the little player. So as I said, I want to keep this as a video, but that's how you insert the audio file. The process, like I said, is the same. You copy and paste the link or URL to the file itself, and then you just use the Add Media option. So I'm going to get rid of it for now because I don't need it. Next thing that we want to enter in would be tags. Now tags, think of tags as specific. I want to give the most concise way to describe what this is about. So the topics. What topics are being discussed in this particular presentation? I know it's about religious pluralism, so I'm going to use that one as one of my tags, religious pluralism, or the question of pluralism. So I'm going to go ahead and add that right now as one of my tags, religious pluralism. And then I have this big long list of publication categories. Well, how does that, the publication categories here, you're going to need to choose at least one. What this is referring to, or this list of categories, is the same list of categories that we find on the website itself when you go to the main or home page of Religion Online. We see these options here for browsing. Well, one of the options, of course, the first one is categories. And then we get our list of our main categories of topics or topics. So what you're choosing here is which of these categories does this video best fit under. I'm going to scroll down. I know that it's at least about Whitehead for sure, right? Because this is Whitehead's model of multiple spirituality. But it's also going to fit pretty well under process theology. So I'm going to choose that one as well. See, so you can choose multiple categories. I wouldn't choose a lot, but whichever categories you feel that it fits under, go ahead and choose them, whether that's 2 or 3 or just 1. Once you've got a category or 2 selected, then we want to create or write an excerpt. That excerpt, if there's the excerpt is basically a very short, concise 1 or 2 sentence summary of the video itself. That excerpt, let me go over here. If you go to the audiovisuals page, that excerpt is what appears right here. You have the title, the presenter, and then you get a very short, in this case it's just 1 sentence. But you want 1 or 2 sentences. Let me show you a few other examples. On the home page, you'll notice in these blog posts, this one has a couple of sentences, this one has a couple of sentences, and here's another one that's just 1 sentence. So in a couple of sentences, you want to summarize what the video is about. Keep it fairly brief, but it's what's going to appear on these other pages, like the home page and the audiovisual page listing. So for me, I'm just going to copy and paste another couple of sentences from my Latin text generator just to have something in the excerpt. Again, relatively brief. Now I need to choose my presenter. So I just type in Cobb. It's going to give me that same listing, for all those options for John Cobb. And I'm going to choose just John Cobb by himself. Now I've got my presenter there. The last thing that we need to do is set a featured image. So the reason why I said you should go search for an image before you get started is to have this already done. So you could go ahead and select it and then upload it. So let's say that I did a search over here on the Creative Commons website for something like, I know spiritualities doesn't bring up any results, but spirituality does. So if I click go and then I'm going to scroll through however many images it provides to see if there's something I like. Let's say that I like this one, for example. What you want to do is actually, as I said, download the image, edit it to be the right size, which I will tell you about in just a moment. So I've got this on my screen. This is the image that I assume this is the images that I want to use, and it's been edited. I'm going to go back into my post, and I need to set the featured image. Well, in order to set the image, you just click on the link, and then what you want to do is click on Upload Files and then select your file that you edited previously. I don't have one edited or saved, so I'm going to choose this placeholder image. So if you don't have anything, this is a placeholder that you could use temporarily, but I'm going to click on this set featured image just to have something there. But what you want to do is find an image that's large enough that it can be up to, or it should, the recommended size is 2,000 pixels wide by 1,200 pixels high. So whatever image editing program that you want to use, it's best to go ahead and make it this size before you upload it to the site. And it's best that you size it to be that way so that it isn't distorted at all when you upload it. So as I said, this is just a placeholder for now. Let's say that I used some other image like this one, and I need to You want to make sure also here under the caption to provide the citation information for the image. And so to do that, there's a little bit of a quirky trick that I've got here. But you highlight this text, or you can just click Copy Credit as HTML. That's probably the easiest on this page. So you can either highlight that or just click Copy Credit as HTML. Now, you don't want to, let's see if that works. And, whoop, sorry about that. My screen's jumping around a little bit here. So this contains the exact same text that is here, but it also includes the HTML codes with the links, and that's good. That's actually what we want. The only thing that needs to be added to each one of these links, again, that's a link, that's a link, that's a link. What we need in each one of them is something that says when you click on it, open up a separate page. Don't stay on the same page. And in order to do that, we just put in we go to, this is the code for the link right here, this little open brace and close brace, and then you get the actual URL. So this is called an anchor tag, and everything between these two quotes is the link itself. I hit the space bar, and I'm going to type target equals quote underscore blank quote, and that's it. I need to do that a couple more times, so I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go down to the next link right here, right after the close quotation of that URL, hit the space bar, put that in there, and then I'm going to do it one more time. Find the next link. Here's our anchor tag. I'm going to go to the close quote, hit the space bar, paste in my target equals blank, and now it's done. It's ready to go. So what you want to do here at this point, before you hit publish, I'd hit save draft and probably preview it first. So check your title, check your description one more time, make sure that you've got the right category, your tags look good, your publication categories are correct, and review your excerpt and featured image. Once everything looks good, then I would just start by hitting save draft. And then once you've got it, so you know it's you won't lose any of your work, go ahead and click preview. That's going to pop open a new tab, and now you can actually look and see how it appears. You can see whether you like it. So here's our placeholder featured image. Here you can see that it actually cuts off some of the text. I've done that. I've actually set it up so that the top and the bottom of the featured images, it doesn't display everything. And that's partly because I'm trying to make this takes up a lot of space. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of space taken up by the original image. Here is our citation text that I put in. Then we get our title. There's our presenter, there's your description text, and there's the video itself. And here is the author or presenter description for John Cobb. That looks pretty good. So I'll go back over here to our tab, and if I like everything I see, then I'm going to go ahead and click publish. So I'm going to hit publish just so that you can see how this works, and then I'll probably delete this when I'm done. But let's publish this. And what I hope to see, if everything works well, once that's published, is that I can go over here to the main website, and on the home page, when I click refresh on the home page, I'm going to scroll down into the most recent blog posts, articles, books, and audiovisuals. Oh, and there it is. There's the one that I just created. Shows up under audiovisuals. It also should show up here when you click on this link to browse audiovisuals. It should also be listed here, and it is. If everything looks good, you're done. Now, I just want to mention one last thing. There is a good possibility that when you refresh the home page or when you refresh the audiovisuals page, it won't appear right away. And if it doesn't, that's okay. The system is working as designed. It has the page this information all stored in what's called cache in order to speed up the display of the pages for the end users. If it doesn't appear, then what I'd like you to do is send me a quick email, and that's richard@religion-online.org. Send me a quick email, and then I will do what's needed to be done so that the home page and the audiovisual page is updated and displays correctly. So that's it. If you have any questions or anything isn't clear or something's not working as expected, don't hesitate to send me an email. Again, richard@religion-online.org, and good luck.